Hi everyone, welcome back to The Chosen One by Ashley. Welcome back to my channel. If you're new, thank you so much for joining. Thank you so much for your support. Today I want to talk about a man will always tell a woman what to do, but not help her out with nothing at all, just to use her. You got some man out here that will use women, just use them because they see that they coming home with money. They see that they coming home, you know, with so many things, shopping bags, whatever. Listen, you a man, you got to do better for yourself. You got to realize your kids looking at you, your wife looking at you, people looking at you, and they like, wow, you a man of the house, but how you holding it down? You know, some of you as a man, it's nothing wrong getting a job. Let me tell you this. Same, get yourself together and say, look, I need to do better for myself. Sometimes you got to look at yourself in the mirror and say, look, I need to get a job. I need to be a man and take care of my family. Yes, it's hard, but I want to say to you, and I want to encourage you today, you can get a job. All you have to do is stay focused and allow God to help you. Ask God for strength. Ask God for power and say, God, I need you to help me get a job. I need you to help me to be a man. Let me tell you this. There's a lot of men out here that have been struggling. I have seen people struggle on the street. And I tell you, I seen this one man. And I tell you, he used to struggle like I don't know what, holes in his socks. The man now today wearing a dress suit and going back and forth to work. God can change anyone. And yes, it can happen overnight. It can happen overnight. It can happen within a day. It can happen in an hour. The way God do things, God can change things soon as possible. But we have to get ourselves together as well. And I want to say this to every man. You may be struggling today, but tomorrow you may not be struggling at all. You got to get yourself back up. Go get a job. Start working on the project. Write your own book. Get yourself a notebook. Start writing notes. Start doing what you need to do. Remove yourself from fake people. Remove yourself from wrong company. Remove yourself from people that don't want to see you succeed. You got to better your mindset and say, look, I need to find better friends. I need to find people that understand me for who I am. You understand what I'm saying? If you're going to work in the office, make sure somebody in the office doing the same thing that you're doing. Don't be working in a place nobody doing the same thing you're doing. And also you want God to teach you things as well. Some of you that's watching me, you need to learn how to have patience and lose your attitude. You know, like I say, you may not have a job, but I tell you this, pray about it. You got to pray about it. I mean, literally talk to God as a man and say, Lord, I need a job. I need you to really help me. I need you to help me get a job. God knows what you need before you even say it. That's why you need to be real with God and say, God, look, help me get a job. God knows what you need. Some of you need a job. Some of you need a financial breakthrough. And God knows it. As a man, you feel that you don't bring enough money home to your wife. Let me tell you this. God is getting ready to change a man that is watching my channel. You don't have a lot of money. You don't make a lot. But God is getting ready to do more for you. All you have to do is be humble and say, Lord, allow your will to be done in my life. Whatever you want God to do, speak it into existence and watch what God do. God will change your life around. God know that we not perfect, but God know our struggles. He know our pain. He know what we going through. Just because you may be good physical, guess what? On your mental part, focus, pray, meditate, ask God to give you strength. There's a lot of people that don't know how to read and write, but they can give you so much wisdom in your own life and tell you, look, go get a job. Go do what you need to do to better yourself. We got to learn how to encourage our brothers, our sisters. We have to learn how to encourage people because guess what? At the end of the day, God gonna say, look, what have you been doing lately? And some of you gonna say, I don't know. All I'm saying is ask God for help. If you see that yourself is struggling, if you see that yourself is going through a lot, you need to talk to God about it. And don't be upset when God show you things that you couldn't even see. I'm telling you, as a man, some of you gonna have to pray. You gonna have to pray. You praying and asking God for a wife, you need to pray, ask God to give you a job. Give you a job. I'm telling you, it's some things that you need to work on. You gotta work on some things that you need to work, that you need to do, and it's okay because God know you're not perfect. But let me tell you this: you know you're bad. You can't even fill out a job application. You're a man. You can't even sign your own signature. You gotta work on your stuff because God want the best for you, and God is saying, you gotta do better for yourself. You have to be willing to sacrifice. You got to do whatever you need to do for your family. Your family needs you. Your family know that some things can be hard. They know, but let me tell you this. Your wife should understand you as well. She should be talking to you saying, baby, it's okay. You ain't got no job. I try to do more overtime. That's what a woman do. Now, I'm be honest with you. Some of you as a man, you got good women out here that would do overtime. I'm telling y'all, I used to do overtime. I'm talking about 14 hours a day. I would do about 8 hours in the morning, and then I would do somebody else hours at night. And I was 9 months pregnant working. I had to do whatever I need to do. I needed the money. So I worked. I was working as a custodian. I had to work and did what I had to do. But I tell you this, you got to ask God to give you the strength that you need. I'm telling you, all you need is say, Lord, help me. And God will help you. God will give you a job. God will give you everything that you ask for. When you start putting God first, God will order your steps. So I tell you, keep praying, keep meditating, keep putting God first in your life, and watch what God do for you. You have to learn how to keep pushing yourself to be great, pushing yourself, and watch what God do for you. Because at the end of the day, God know our struggle. He know our pain. He know what we're going through. But when you start to bring everything to God's attention, God can work it out for your good. But the problem we have, we sit there, we complain, we sit there and talk about each other, we sit there and laugh and put each other down. As your brother, talk to them, lift them up and say, look, I can help you get a job. I can help you. It's time that you encourage your brother, your sisters in Christ, and let them know that you love them unconditionally because God knows it's hard. God knows it's hard, but you want to be able to help one another. So I just want to say to you, be encouraged as a man. I know it may be a lot on you, but give it to God. Give it to God and say, God, help me to get this job. Help me to be the best I can. Because God look at your heart. We as women, yes, we go through a lot. But I tell you this, yes, we feel like it's a lot on us. But as a man, I would say, just because you don't have a job, start working on things at your house. Start working on projects, You can make your own, start your own business. It's so many things in business, y'all. I can tell y'all, as a woman, we do our own thing too. We may do crochet or we may do dresses and we may do other things. There's other things you can do to better your career. Just because you a stay-at-home mom doesn't mean that you got to be lazy. I've been a stay-at-home mom for about 2 years, going on 3. And one thing about me, I'm not going to sit down and be lazy If I got to get up every day to give y'all a word of encouragement and do what I need to do, that's something I'm going to do. Because I feel that people need help around the world. We all need help. We all go through struggles. We all go through things. But I just want to say to the man, keep moving forward. Keep asking God for grace and mercy and just ask God to help you, and He will. So I just want to say to you, pull your head up and just keep giving God all the glory, all the praise, and just ask God for everything you need and write down the vision. Whatever you want, write down your vision, make it plain, give it to God and say, God, help me with this. And God will. Don't be afraid to talk to God about anything. God want to know your heart. God want to know what you're going through, and He want to be able to fix you. You know, don't be scared to talk to God about anything. Talk to God about it and just say, Lord, help me. And He will. Because I'm telling you, some of you, you got to learn how to pray and just give it to God, because God will help you with everything. I'm telling you. I'm telling you. Give it to God and watch what God do for you. God will do so much for everyone. When we start to put God first, God will do everything for us. I'm telling you. You know, so you got to be encouraged. You got to keep going. No matter what comes your way, keep going. You got to keep going. Because I tell you, life can be hard. It can be tough. It can be, frustrated. But as a man, as a woman, you got to keep telling God, God, fix me, help me, help me to just see what I can't see. Because I tell you, God wants you to be able to understand that, whatever you're going through in life, God can fix you. I just want to say to everyone, we not perfect. We're not perfect. Yes, you're trying to be the best father of the year, but you have to understand, you're going to go through some things, Like I say, mothers, we go through things as well. Sometimes we may have to leave our job. We may have to, do things, get a job. We may have to leave our job. We may have to find another job. And we're trying to find out, everything. And it's a lot on mothers. It really is a lot. Definitely if you're a single mom, I was a single mother for years. So I know how it is to do everything on your own. You're trying to take care of your kids. You're trying to take care of things around you. So I want to say to the man, be encouraged and just ask God for strength. As a man, pray. Pray about everything and give it to God and just ask God for help, and God will help you. Don't be afraid to talk to God about anything and watch what God do for you. You'll see the changes in your life. You'll see what God do for you. When you start to put God first, you'll see the changes that God will do in your life. Because like I said, as a man, you go through a lot. You're like, oh, I got to take care of my kids. I got to take care of my wife. I got to take care of my family. But let me tell you this, it's a season that you may go through. You may go through a lot. But don't forget the things that God told you. God promised you something. God gonna give you what He said. So I want to say to you, you keep praising God. You keep lifting Him up. Don't worry about, your wife, she may be frustrated. Well, my baby, he ain't making no money, God. And, why you got him going through that? Let me tell you, God can switch the tables. God can let that man make some money and allow you to stay home. God can switch it. That's why you got to watch how you treat people. You got to watch how you do things towards people, because guess what? What goes around, it will come around to you. You got to be nice to people. And we have to be very respectful to one another, because guess what? If God can help us to get back up on our feet, we should be able to help one another. And let me tell you this, you got a brother, he ain't got a job, and you got a job, you should be able to help your brother and say, brother, look, come on, you can work at my job. Maybe he can be a social worker or teacher or something, do an interview. It's about helping each other, everyone. It's about helping each other because at the end of the day, it's time to help people. You know that person ain't got no job. It's time to help people and pour into people because at the end of the day, God knows what's best for everyone. So I just want to say to you, you be encouraged and you ask God for strength. And like I said, as a man, y'all want to be able to pray, give it to God, whatever's on your heart. Your wife, your children, you trying to get a job and you feel like you can't get one, give it to God. Give it to God and allow God's will to be done in your life. Don't feel like, God is not listening to you because he is. I just want to say be encouraged and stay focused and know that God loves you for the way you are. And God will do everything that he said he would do. Be encouraged best that you can and just, stay focused because you got to be determined to do God's will because at the end of the day, God knows your heart and he know what needs to be done. So you have to realize doing the best that you can every day, it takes time. It takes a lot of time to get things done. But you have to learn how to pray, fast, meditate, give it to God. Whatever you're going through, give it to God at the end of the day and say, Lord, let your will be done in my life. And watch what God do. Like I said, as a man, y'all gonna have to toughen up. It's okay to cry. Ain't nothing wrong with a man crying. Do what you got to do. Worship God and say, God, I need your help. I need you to pour in me. And watch what God do. God will help you to get back up. So I just want to say to you, be encouraged, stay focused, and allow God to help you. And you stay focused. God bless. Thank you for watching.